name is Ricardo Guillermo, and I'm here to tell the world that we're united, knowing that we need change for climate change. We need to turn the temperature around. We need to change the way we're consuming our fuels and consuming our resources.
What we need to really do is love this planet, love this earth, because it's sacred and it's holy.
There's plenty in the world for everybody. I think we need to stop the warfare and start the lovemaking and start the dancing and the singing. We need to start the gardening. We need to start purifying our waters. We need to get rid of the motivation of greed and competition as a way of people striving forward. We need to join together our hands and our love. We need to fight for clean water, clean air, a change in the climate, direction of the climate.
So we see that the Arctic sea ice is melting, polar bears are starving, virtually every coral reef in the ocean is dead or dying due to ocean acidification. There is rising waters, and low-lying villages are getting inundated. In the Gulf Coast of the United States and the Atlantic coast, we're seeing tremendous hurricanes that are causing devastation and also economic hardship. In the Midwest, there are terrible droughts that are causing farmers to lose their crops and have to sell off their cattle. And in the western United States, we are seeing mega fires.
I think what I've seen, I just graduated high school, and what I've seen is it's actually kind of a trend. People start walking around in shirts that are saying help the environment, or people start using water bottles that don't get thrown away, or people start getting mad at you for not turning the lights off. And it's actually it's becoming fashionable to be environmentally friendly, and I think that appeals to young people because we're very, almost unfortunately, oriented around what's trendy.
A lot of experts lately say within 20 to 40 years we can make this entire planet fossil free, and we've got to do that. We've got to save the earth. This is a matter of survival. We need to take the earth back for it to be healthy for our families and our children.
Our beliefs are not enough. Reality is heating up. You can pray or you can plan, but I suggest you do both. What are we waiting for? Albuquerque to become beachfront property? For snowpacks to become life support instead of a weekend getaway? For Atlantic City to resemble Atlantis? For wildfires to replace bonfires on the 4th of July? For Mother Nature to stand her ground? Bitch slap the coal and electric plants with power outages every summer, tide the fossil highways with all of her broken water, and force us to evolve. How come we are not born again even after Superstorm Sandy baptized Wall Street?
Oh, fossil fuels have got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Fossil fuels have got to go.
Indian communities in New Mexico have really felt the pangs of climate change. Last year, the Santa Clara Pueblo suffered debilitating fires on their land. It burned their sacred sites. It burned, acres and acres and acres of forest land.
Change your light bulb. Use less water. Those are the things that I was told to do when I knew in my heart that in order to solve this big of an issue, we needed a complete paradigm shift.
1%. 1%. PNM has 1% solar. This is an outrage in the state that has the Zia symbol on our flag, right? Why? Because we have abundant solar and wind resources, and PNM has 1% solar. It is time for us to up the ante. We have to go after PNM. This is the number one polluter. This is the number one cause of climate in our state. This is the people that we must change. They have a little new thing. It's very cute. It's called Talk to Us. We've got to talk to them, and we've got to tell them coal is no good.
Years ago, our country abolished the ability of rich people to own farmers, but they didn't want to share crops. So they pulled all the stops, traded slave for patent holding, full well knowing that they will always own farmers as long as they can own their seeds. It's not rocket science.
If you don't stand up and make it clear to this community what your priorities are, and if you're not willing to spend a morning and an afternoon focusing on climate change and saving the earth and creating a clean economy for the future, which New Mexico could benefit from more than most other states in the country. There's no reason that we're not the solar and wind capital of the United States. There's no reason that that's not our core export. If you don't do that, it doesn't get done. My voice alone, to some degree, particularly today, is a bit irrelevant, but your voice isn't. Because when people see you and they drive across that bridge, when I drive across that bridge, when Tom Solomon shows me that photo, well then I'm inspired to keep flying back here every weekend. Because every mind that we change, thank you, every step we take forward means that we're making a difference, even if we can't feel it all in the moment that we're working so hard. And that's what you keep me feeling like I can make a difference in Washington.
Tom, you're the organizer of today's event. You've worked so hard to put this together. Why was this so important to you to hold the rally at the Rio today?
Well, I'm fundamentally doing this for my kids. The next generation is going to suffer through the consequences of the carbon that we're putting into the air and that we have put into the air in the last several decades. And I know enough about reading about the climate science and what's going to happen, the inevitable consequences. As bad as it is today, it will get worse. And it will probably get worse for at least the next 30 or 40 years. We have a chance, if we take action now, to keep it turning into a complete catastrophe for the planet. If we don't take action now, this planet will not be recognizable at the end of the century, and we will never have the lifestyle that we've enjoyed, that I enjoyed growing up, that I hope my children would enjoy, and so that's why I'm doing this.